coronavirus, I mean, it's been an epidemic, now a pandemic, all the way from China to Italy to Europe and to the United States.
All right, guys, welcome to Hanging with the Gents. Today we will be discussing how COVID-19 has been affecting our business, what we can do to continue to function, and what is being predicted about the market right now. First off, I am Jen Kurz.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Jen A. I don't
And
want to say my last.
Arganaraz, Jen A. We have been doing the Hanging with the Gents show for a little bit. We've only posted one video. We have more to come, and we'll share the link after this particular show. But today we really want to just educate you. I mean, right now, what do we know about the virus, girls? What is it that we are facing right now with the virus when it comes to, I guess, our health?
Apparently,
A what?
diarrhea because of the toilet paper.
I went for like 2 weeks looking for toilet paper and I couldn't find it. And fortunately, my mother-in-law knows somebody who knows somebody who was able to gather toilet paper for us. It wasn't the good
Miami style. You know somebody who knows somebody.
So basically, you got toilet paper. You got toilet paper in the black market.
Hey.
Miami market.
I probably shouldn't be saying that here. It's not true. I don't have toilet paper.
So basically, COVID-19, coronavirus, I mean, it's been an epidemic, now a pandemic, all the way from China to Italy to Europe and to the United States. It's been a scary situation. So many people have been infected already. So many people in Washington State, New York, and
New York is getting hit really bad, yeah.
And you know what I found last night was the governor saying how there's 190 flights coming to Miami from New York. New Yorkers.
Well, I think they stopped them.
I pray that they do. I mean, we want us to be as safe as we all can be, but with all these people coming this way, I mean, there's just no stopping it, really.
I mean, I'm glad you're mentioning that, because the reason why safety is so important in these cases, of course, we want to see our family. As a matter of fact, I was very heartbroken when I had to send a message to my brother and tell him that he needs to stay home and he cannot be showing up at our house because his wife is still out there working. You know, I have 2 children. I have my mother-in-law and my mom living in my home. I cannot take any chances on these people. You know, we just don't know. And they shouldn't be taking those chances. So it's very important that we stay home and we stay safe and away from people, because this thing, I don't know if you guys know, it's airborne and it stays live on surfaces for about 5 to 9 days. On your body, it'll stay live for about 9 days. And then you don't see any symptoms for 14 days straight, which is why they're asking us to stay home for 2 weeks straight, because in 2 weeks, we should for sure know whether or not you have something. You know what I mean? If you are sick at all, you know? And of course,
and I understand that completely. Because what you're saying about, you're telling your brother to stay home because his wife still works. Well, I'm still doing closings.
You're not coming to my house.
So
I'll tell you right now.
Go to your house.
Do you have your gloves? Do you have your mask?
I wear a mask. I do wear a mask, but I do sound muffled and I'm explaining documents.
Yeah.
I am very careful. I make sure I use my pen and they use their pen. And it's very difficult because you have to go now from something that comes so natural, like here, have my pen, to kind of like stop and think, okay, hold on. That's your pen. I can't touch your pen. And here, let me give you the paper by the little corner and it's a sign here.
And
then
even
wash
then
your hands.
you're still touching the same document.
Yeah.
Right, and you have to actually think about what you're doing and how you're doing it. So it kind of like, oh my God, I think my throat hurts, freaking out. And I'm just, freaking out for nothing because nothing hurt. It was in my head. So yeah, it's scary. But then again, what am I supposed to do? Closings still have to happen. Money always has to exchange hands. If not, the world just is at a standstill, basically. So we have closing.
It's like nurses and police officers and so forth. We may not be the service people, at the forefront, but like you are, Jenny, because you're dealing with the documents. Me, on the other hand, I'm working from home. I can technically do everything from home. Now, I did find myself in a bit of a pickle because I have an elderly lady that doesn't know how to use technology. And I technically have to go, if she can't figure this out with her son, I technically have to go and provide her with documents so that we can disclose her file. And right there, I don't even know what to do because, it's do you want to put yourself in the position of exposing yourself and then bringing that home? And it's not so much about me because I can probably survive this, but I'm bringing it home. And those things are a little bit, those are the things that are panicky. You start being aware of everything. You go to the supermarket and nobody touches anybody. You're at a 6-foot distance from everybody. And I even hold my breath when I pass by a person. You know what I mean?
Listen, guys, it could not be any worse than what I went through. For the last 2 weeks, I was in a cruise ship.
That's
we
right.
jumped on board right before things got really serious. Cruise ship lines told us it's okay, move forward, sure enough. And we went around to Colombia, Costa Rica, Guatemala. We were supposed to stop in Cabo San Lucas, and that stop actually got canceled because our final destination was San Francisco, and San Francisco got locked down for 3 weeks.
Wow.
So we couldn't even go and disembark in San Francisco. They had us for almost 3 days without knowing where we were going to disembark. They canceled our last port. People started, really kind of freaking out because everybody had flights. My family was supposed to join us in San Francisco. We were going to be on spring break right now in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, had to cancel all of that. Yeah. They ended up disembarking us in Los Angeles, literally 2 days before now Los Angeles has been shut down.
Wow.
We were able to get last minute flights. But listen, I have my elderly grandmother, 85 years old, with me. My parents, 65 years old. We literally had gone prepared. We had gloves. We had masks. We got off the ship, which luckily nobody had shown any signs during this time period. So we literally got off. We had our protective gear. We even got from the cabin steward plastic garbage bags, and we put them over our chairs on the plane just to protect, the headrest.
Yeah, anything.
At the headrest, and the trays are the most infected, and we wiped everything down. We cleaned it all off. I mean, it was such a scary situation. We sat in the airport, isolated from everybody else, in this little area for ourselves, protected the entire time until we walked out into Miami airport. And even still, it was like, do I kiss my husband? Do I grab him and hug him? I'm infested. Do I have anything? We have been quarantined for, almost 5-6 days now. We had 2 birthday parties in the last 3 days. We did it through FaceTime.
Yeah.
That was so sad. My mom's birthday, we went to her house with a cake in front of the porch and allowed her to, not even blow the candle. One of my nephews blew the candle. His birthday now was yesterday, and we all did a virtual FaceTime.
I saw that with it's hard, but at least we're able to see each other. Yeah. To be honest, if we look at it in the bright side, because way back when that wasn't the case, right? But I did see that with Grant Cardone. I think his birthday was recently too. Wow. And they did a virtual happy birthday also. So this is becoming like such a norm. We did a virtual happy hour. Yeah, Jenny was there, and that was fun. It was different.
I gotta be on that next one.
I think that this changed a lot of things for a lot of people. Yeah. And I'm scared. I'm actually a little scared that it's going to change society as a whole. Yeah. Like, we're used to hugging, especially as Latin people. We're hugging and we kiss and oh my God. But I think it's going to change. I feel like it's just going to change society as a whole, because now are we all going to become germaphobes? Like,
I think once it's
doorknobs,
then we're gonna be fine. You know that it's natural for us to be warm, you know, and fuzzy with other people, you know. But I think after this goes away, of course, it's gonna be some time. You know, we should be better. You know, I want to touch on our businesses right now. You know, we're all in different facets of the real estate industry. You know, I'm in mortgages. Jen Gomez is in real estate. She's a real estate broker. And Jennifer she's in title. What are you guys seeing right now? Is your business, are you still generating business at the moment?
I can't complain. I mean, I'm working in pajamas, you know, not doing much different of what I usually do to market, to promote, to reach out to my clients, to be in touch with my clients. I've been able to do virtual meetings through EXP with my team. We were in the EXP world yesterday. We even did a selfie, which was so much fun. It was just, you know, adapting to the new norm, you know, and luckily we've had these systems already in place. So we haven't been scrambling like a lot of other companies to try to, you know, stay together and still be able to work. So we're still doing things. I actually have an inspection going on right now and an appraisal on another property. You know, I had them go with gloves, with masks, and even with booties to my client's home. You know, I don't personally have to be there. These are things that, you know, those are experts in their industry. They know what they need to do. But I also wanted them to be protective of my clients because that is their home. So ultimately, business is still being run. We have great, you know, title. We have our lenders, you know, that you guys are still working. You guys are still making it happen. So
really, we've definitely gotten quite a few. Me, for example, I've gotten quite a few refis. A lot of people are trying to refinance right now, trying to lower their costs, you know, or take some money out, just in case for, you know, to have a safety net. But in addition to refis, I've gotten quite a few pre-approvals too. People that are still interested in purchasing and taking advantage of the market for what it is right now, because they still have a job.
Right.
Let me tell you, last week, it was like, I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Lord Jesus. It was like raining contracts.
Last week was crazy. I didn't want anybody to talk to me last week.
So it was great. I was like, I have felt a little bit of a slowdown as far as intake this week. But we do have a lot of closings going on. But even yet alone, in the past 3 days, I've gotten like 4 transactions. Like
how about canceled contracts? Any canceled contracts?
Okay, I've had only, it's really 2 cancellations, but I count it as 1 because it's the same buyer. And he was buying these 2 condos as an investment to Airbnb them up north. And he canceled them because of what's going on.
No, fuck him.
I'm pretty sure once it gets back up, he's probably going to buy them again. And honestly, that's the only cancellation I've had so far. I have 1 more that supposedly it's canceling, but it has nothing to do with the corona thing.
Yeah, I have 1 cancellation.
I was terribly affected. I had a $3.6 million listing, and the buyer was a public speaker for a well-known, you know, company, and all of his events got canceled for the rest of the year.
Wow.
So his income has drastically changed, and they sent us a denial letter. So that was a big one. That was a big hit. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's the trade right now, you know, and he lost his job. There's nothing that we can do.
Yeah. I had the same thing. I had somebody that
honestly, I think it's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? I think it's just something we're gonna go through. We're gonna have to go through, like, you know, the waves.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna come out of this perfectly fine, because I mean, so far I know there's a lot of like, oh, we suck, the government sucks, we're great, we suck, where's that back and forth? But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm telling you, because I'm seeing it as on our side, we're completely remote right now. All our girls are working from their homes. The offices are closed. You can't even tell.
Yeah.
Because phones are transferred. It's business as usual. You can't even tell. That transition's been really smooth. But even me, having a conference call with my 2 area managers this week, because we have all these closings, what are we doing? Even them, they're like, listen, this is something that has never happened to us before. So we're pretty much day by day, you know, rolling with the punches, okay, you know, I guess winging it basically. And imagine the government, when was the last pandemic we had? I think it was like 100 years ago or something like that. So imagine, you know,
big one like that. It's been a long time. It's been about 100 years.
Yeah,
but you know, but back then to now, it's a completely different thing.
Good. I think we're doing pretty good considering. You know what I mean?
We're still moving. You know, there are people that have lost their jobs, but I will tell you, you know, it depends how long this lasts. Hopefully not too long, because then what that would mean is that eventually they'll gain their jobs back, you know. I've had people ask me what's going to happen. Like, if you lose your job right now, you know, will you still qualify later on to be able to get a loan? If you cannot prove income at the moment that you're trying to do the transaction, unfortunately, we can't qualify you. But the moment that you are back on track and you're employed, then essentially we can move forward and definitely pre-qualify you for a loan. Now, if you're self-employed, you make your taxes at the end of the year. So we go based on the last 2 years of taxes, you know, and whatever you have in your bank account as assets.
And I just read yesterday that the federal housing has just made some changes with appraisals and employment. They're going to let them do drive-by appraisals or desktop appraisals and employment. It's so funny. They're going back 2004, 2001, VOEs and
I just saw that too today.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool because they're kind of like adjusting how they adjust and adapt. We're adapting to the changes for now. And I know that in the mortgage industry, when there's a gap of employment, it's an issue, but I'm pretty sure with a good explanation of the coronavirus, because I do know a lot of people who have lost their jobs in restaurants, but I'm very confident that once this is all over, the restaurants are going to open again and they're probably going to employ back the same people. But probably for now, they've had to, you know,
they have to make adjustments. They have to make adjustments.
You have to adapt.
You know, I definitely think eventually we're going to, fortunately for us, we have a virtual world now that's available in our hands, you know, and for that reason, we're able to act on things a lot faster. So with this virus, although we have some people that are not reasonable and that are out there putting themselves and other people at risk, you know, we still have the capacity to educate people a lot sooner and let them know what's going on, and people are taking precautions, you know, in advance versus, you know, when all of a sudden they are now sick, you know, whereas back then that was the case. It just, you know, the communication was very minimal, right? It wasn't available to the way that it is right now. Same thing when things start doing better. I feel like when people start feeling that things are doing better, they're going to start pointing it out, and we're going to become more aware. And so that concept of fear and trust is a lot faster through technology than it was back then, you know, and I'm like crossing my fingers that things would turn, you know, that yes, we're going through a downturn right now, but that usually in markets like these, and I read in an article, which right now I don't have handy, but I'll put in the comments below. And the article basically stated that in past pandemics, you know, the markets will take a decline, but when they pick up again, they'll end up picking up and in percentages that are higher than the percentage of the loss.
You know, Jen, I kind of wanted to bring to the market, to the viewers, what the market is trending like and what there was different 2 weeks ago versus what's happening now. So 2 weeks ago, the actives on the market were 80 new listings. Closed sales was 27, canceled was 15, and withdrawals were 7.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Not much of a big difference just last week alone. On the 16th of March through the 24th, we're looking at active was 36. So maybe not as many actives, new listings, but closed sales were 24 when 2 weeks before was 27. Literally 15 canceled, same way, and withdrew only 4. So in reality, there hasn't been of a change here in Miami-Dade at least. So, you know, that just goes to show you that our real estate market is still
it's going strong.
People are still interested. People are still, I'm getting the calls. People are still interested in the low rates. People are still interested in making their moves because essentially real estate is something essential in your life. You know, if you have to downsize.
Everybody needs a home. Everybody needs to have a house. And this is not a housing issue. Like back in 2006 and 2000, it's not a housing issue. It's not, oh my God, foreclosures and short sales. You know, it's a virus,
right?
Which I'm very confident that it's going to blow over very soon and we'll go back to normal with God's help, please. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen. I'm really positive about it. And this can't go on for months. It can't. We're doing something about it. We just got to let it die out. Stay home, people. Stay home.
Stay home.
Get over the
So on that note, Jenny, so that we can close on the show, what safety precautions are we taking or should people be taking in order to continue to function? And Gomez, also, what activities can people put into play in real estate as realtors? Because you guys are the ones moving the properties, right? You guys are out there moving the properties for us. You know, what are you doing to be able to show the properties? How are your consumers looking at this? Are they open to this? Are they, you know what I mean? Those kind of things.
I'll be honest with you. I have our videos, which are amazing, from drone photos into the properties. You know, that hasn't changed. We're also doing now 3D videos that I actually have been doing for quite some time. I actually did a little walkthrough the other day on just one of the properties.
Those Matterport videos, is that what you're referring to?
You know, and you could just scroll through and walk around the house if you want to go into the bedroom, if you want to go into the bathroom, you know. So I mean, we're doing FaceTime videos with our clients. It can get done.
Yeah, maybe floor plans with specifics as to measurements could be very helpful for some people, because that's a big deal sometimes. I know that's a little bit of an extra step. How about the transition? I know your husband is in restoration business. I'm sorry, because I know he has multiple facets within his business. You know, are you using his services for the move outs? Are you intending to, you know, or moving in?
That is something actually that we have been promoting for the last week or so. He is a mold licensed, certified, and insured. So his same protocol is the same thing that he's utilizing now. He's doing medical centers, he's doing different buildings, hotels. They've been calling him out because what he comes in and does is just basically fogs up with a true disinfectant. It actually says kills coronavirus. 2 weeks ago, we weren't sure what product was going to be effective. The product that he has now does show kills coronavirus. So basically, you know, they are wiping through every single home, every single location that he has been brought to, and, you know, putting this out into the air, killing the virus, because it's a germ. It's a virus. This kills, you know, anything from HIV to even the coronavirus. And it is such a beautiful product that we have our hands on. And the fact that he can come in and, you know, maybe as a realtor, maybe as a seller, offer this service to a new buyer. You know, we got to come up with different ways to, number one, stay safe. That's number one and foremost. And number two, just even, you know, a way for other people to say, okay, I'm moving into this house. Yeah, I'm going to clean it. But you know what? If I can offer this disinfectant and sanitizing service, maybe that'll, you know, put somebody at ease and
take away the liability of the coronavirus.
Definitely put somebody at ease. Because one thing is you going in there and cleaning, but knowing that somebody has gone in there and fogged up your house and disinfected it, you could just walk in. That is peace of mind.
That would give me a lot of peace of mind.
For sure.
So J&J General, guys, you know who to call now.
Yeah, and we'll put a link and contact information so you guys can reach them and get some pricing on that. Jenny, what would you tell the consumers or the realtors or people out there as, you know, what they should be doing in order to increase their business or, you know, in order to make this a smooth process?
Well, I think it's just, honestly, business as usual. We're in the real estate market. I mean, I've been working remote for years because I don't really work in the office. You know, yeah, I might go in there once in a while and grace them with my presence, but obviously it's not too often. But I just think right now I was going to tell you guys, people are being so nice. Like, you call people, and I don't know if this is going to humble everybody a little bit more, and because everybody's had to, we've been forced to slow down.
Yeah.
Forced. We're like, brakes on. So I think right now, like what I've been doing that's been helping me, and I'm in sales, it's just different types, is I'm calling all my agents that right now have active files, whether it's my agent or the listing agent, and just calling them, just reassuring them that everything's gonna be okay and we're still closing, and if they need anything. I do have some realtors that are 55 and 60 and over that they've been wanting to bring escrow checks. I haven't allowed them to do so. So I've been picking up the checks for them. You know, yeah, wire, but you know, like what we were going back to what Jen Kurz was saying, some people are elderly and they don't know how to do the wire thing. So it's a check. So I have to, hey, David.
I have to, no, because we're going to put this public, get away.
But yeah, I think
communication, Jen. I think it's huge.
People.
Yeah. I think where you're making the point is just even communicating with your agents, with your buyers, with your sellers.
With your buyers, sellers, just even, listen, even your past
phone call is nice. A phone call is nice.
Past clients, you have time.
Yeah.
And trust me, people are actually picking up the phones right now. Versus
in
before,
New York, they prohibited cold calls right now. They prohibited cold calls in New York. So take advantage before they decide to do that over here.
Well, you're not doing a cold call if you're calling past clients.
Right? No, I know, but I'm saying people who do online lead generation and stuff like that, people are home.
It hasn't been ringing that much. That's true. That potential spam. That's a good point, actually.
You know what? I think you're calling me lately either.
He came from New York.
I think he's cheating on me. But yeah, I just think right now is a good time. You know, you feel humbled. You feel, you know, I feel like we just all have to
side on the
right now, just help each other. And if I literally have a broker that he's older and he had open heart surgery a few weeks ago, and his wife is older as well. And I prohibit them to leave the house. And they live close by me. And I've literally gone to the grocery stores and taken them groceries. And they're not allowed to leave the house. He's only allowed to leave the house to go downstairs and do the exercise, which is the walking, and that's it.
Clubs, you know.
Yeah. And let me tell you, he's stubborn. He's like 78 years. This guy's stubborn. Like he's, you know, and I have literally had to go take him groceries because if not, they leave the house. And I get it. I'm not a homebody. I like to be on the streets, you know, and I get cabin fever too. Trust me. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I want this to go away.
Yeah.
I want this to go away, go back to normal. You know, and have my stocks go up.
Yep. There you go. We're running out of time. I received a notification right now with Zoom, and they did let us extend a little bit. So I'm grateful for Zoom because we're being able to do all these things, and a lot of people.
Which, by the way, Zoom technologies, ever since this coronavirus started, their stock went through the roof.
Yep. Of course.
Through the roof. I just would have bought it before.
Yep. Well, right now it's probably too expensive for me to buy. I think I'm going to go for the aircrafts because eventually they'll come back, especially, you know.
Yeah. True. I got some.
I don't have all stocks like that to speak openly, so I'm going to stay quiet. Guys, thank you so much, girls. It's always so much fun to talk to you guys, and thank you.
Well, we couldn't hang out in person. We got to hang out at Zoom.
That's right. Stay home.
Stay home.
Please.
We love you.
Our show is coming up pretty soon, next week, Wednesday, the second episode, and it's going to be at 9 a.m. So stay tuned. It's going to air on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV. So if you want more information, reach out to us. Send us a little comment below. Thank you again for listening in. Love you guys. Stay safe.
Bye.
Hey, Jens.